Hello crafters, hello, welcome back to my channel. Here we are with the leftover pages, and if you can see, the top of my desk is a hot mess. It is a leftover haven of loveliness of all this wonderful stuff we've been working with. The Anna Griffin Create Scrapbooking at Home, Crop at Home event. It was May 1st and 2nd. It was 21 pages, scrapbooking pages, absolutely loveliness. And this is what I'm calling my grand finale, the end, the 21 scrapbook pages. And this has inspired me for the last leftover page of the Heritage Collection. So we learned how to do trellises. We learned how to do a little awning. We have this fabulous lace trim in 12 inches, so we can work on 12-inch scrapbook pages. And I love mini books, but I love to make them, but I love big books to put my pictures in. So I usually incorporate more real estate inside the 12 by 12 page, which means I will have something like this, a little flip up or a little flop up to add an extra picture, or a little hidden journal for someone to read in the years to come. So let me show you how this works and why I'm calling it my scraps of my scrapbook pages and leftovers. So usually I'll have little strips like this left over, or I made a boo-boo and put the end on the wrong end, and I will have these little leftover pages here, strips, all these little loveliness, little strips of stuff. Look, I'll show you all these wonderful little things here. This is what I mean by all your scraps of pages that we have here that we're trying to add to our last page. Look at these gorgeousness. How can you possibly throw those in the trash? So let me show you the page that I put together. That I love this Heritage Collection, but one of my favorite pages was from the Happy Collection, and it was this one right here that we did several videos back. So I love the awning effect, and so I was thinking I wanted to do this, was inspiring me. This back area where we learned the ruffles was inspiring me. And then we learned how to do a trellis. You see this lovely stuff here, this trellis that we learned how to make with that little trim at the bottom. So from all of that, I put together this page. So let me put it away, destroy it, try to take it apart here so that you can see my leftovers. Okay, so I had tons of these little leftover pieces right here. That is a half of a trellis that goes to this. It's a double one that you run through. You cut it in half longwise like a hot dog, and you end up with a half that looks like this perfect little, I would love to have that as a child and play with it. Here is another little edge. This is the edge of this piece right here. So I had several different colors here, and we put that together. This is another strip from something else, and then the blue was another strip from something else. And then if you flip it over, you can really see that I had a black 12, but not quite the 2 inches were missing at the bottom. So that's why it's a scrap leftover. Nobody's ever gonna see it, so why not use it, right? So if we flip it over, we did the long piece here. This is the little, gosh, this is probably 2 inches. And that's how we add the 12-inch block to the black piece. And then we put it on top so you never even see it. This little trellis, I'll show you how to make that one later in the future picture. So this all by itself is just so grand and beautiful. And I'm being inspired because I'm watching Netflix Abbey, what is it called? Downton Abbey. And so I am just all over this gorgeous English looking paper. And then we did a ruffle. You can see this right here. I've been perfecting my ruffle technique. I want to show you what I've been working with. And then this, I didn't even want to put a picture on this. Where would you put a picture on this? If you cover it up, then you cover up some of the trellis, but you cover up some of this gorgeous black. So I figured if I put black on top of this little area with a little bit of this gorgeous ornate trim, that would kind of be okay if I covered it up. I haven't glued it down. I probably will let it sleep and then decide where it's gonna go. I don't want to cover up too much of this, so it might end up being somewhere around there. Maybe even standing vertical so that you can see more of this gorgeous trellis. Possibly. So that's what I want to show you here. Now let's take apart this a little bit more. You have two edgings here. One is in the gold foil. Right here you can see that paper is a different gold, and then one in the solid gold foil. Then you have the ruffle and a little black trim. And if you take apart the actual ruffle or this little awning part of this little thing, I have one in this gorgeous gold little snowflake looking thing here, and this is from the castle paper. The back of it, or thankful paper, the back of it is tiny little flowers. So and then we have another gold foil right here, and it's in between, so you can kind of barely see this little tiny little dot right here, little iron gate coming through. And then I put another one of the same little lace trimming right on top of that, just because it's gorgeous, and abundance is what we're looking for when we're doing this fancy kind of ornate paper. So abundance is good. We all wish for abundance. I wanted something green to kind of give it a little bit of a landing, kind of like the green leaves. So we use the teal paper that's actually this color right here for that piece. And then I use some of the gorgeous blue gray, and then some more of the gold awning, the gold foil, excuse me, the gold foil is right here on this edge. And again, it was not long enough to cover this gold all the way over here. It was, so what you do is you cut it going this way and you stretch it out. So there's a piece here. Let me see if I can sneak this here. Let's make sure that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we have the green shadow that was on the short side. It's just this leftover. This is the green shadow. And then you're putting a gold foil that I cut long ways, like a hot dog, horizontal, so that I can use it and stretch it out. So there's a piece there that has nothing. And then the blue-gray on top. And then here is the part that's cut out. You see that? So that we can stretch it out and make it longer. So I wanted to see those little teeth here on the bottom, kind of like dental molding. Okay, so it goes there. And then if we put together our trellis, let's look at our trellis here for a minute so I can show you how that goes. And the trellis is the type of trellis that I showed you to make long, which you do with the die. We talked about that in the earlier one. You fold it in half, and then you run it with the folded edge over here. This is my boo-boo paper. I haven't thrown it away. I did the cutting edge over here, so I ended up with two pieces of gorgeous paper. So this one I did correctly, and this is the part of the awning. The trellis that we're going to start on. Okay, the trellis is then decorated with black strips, leftover black strips. They're not quite the exact same size. I do like them though. I like them because they're a little bit thinner. On our original inspiration layout, they're thicker. Do you see that? And I kind of wanted them a little more delicate looking. So I'm glad they're on the thinner side right here. They were just strips of when you cut something and you end up with a little strip. So then we have the dental teeth molding negative right here. And then we have half of the little iron gate one there to kind of decorate it, make it more grand is what I'm looking at. Okay, so that is where our page is built up on. This could be done with any page collection. This is something that's just absolutely gorgeous. I love Anna Griffin, but I do have a couple of other favorite paper lines that I absolutely love. But this one just works just perfect. The iron gate with these little flowers and the brown in the background. And I think we're going to end up with this right under the little trellis, a little bit touching that little iron area there. And I was thinking of using a black little date card about there maybe. Or maybe I'll put it right in the crease so we don't see the crease. I haven't quite made up my mind if I want it in black or if I want it in gold, but I have some backups because we have tons of leftovers. And then because my card is a little bit heavy, I was thinking of using some of my gorgeous Rancia flowers. These are the 3D flowers that I will show you how to do at another date. We're kind of putting together a little tutorial time for you. So once we put them down, I usually use hot glue to run these. So I was thinking that might give it a little weight to hold this down. And these are paper flowers made with little different dies, and you use all of the scraps that you have left over. So every scrap that you have left over like this, we will run and turn them all into little pieces of paper flowers, and then you wet them a little bit and use heat on them, and you end up having these gorgeous 3D flowers that match your pages perfectly because they are the leftover little strips of your paper. Do you see that? So this is my last paper, and next I'm going to talk about putting together the actual trellis. Okay, I kind of like that there. I'm thinking maybe that might stay. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, please like, let me know what you'd like me to show you. If there's a spot that you don't quite understand what I'm talking about, comment, let me know, and I will work on it and we can talk about things. I so appreciate you all hanging in here and watching me. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so I'm just on a very large learning curve. But I'm so glad to have found this platform to be able to help someone preserve our memories and craft. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you later. Bye.